Hello friends, today we're talking about baby jobs. You may have heard me speak about baby jobs in the weekly home blessing hour. I say that there are 3 baby jobs. One of them is dusting, one of them is emptying the little trash bins, and one of them is wiping the glass. So those are considered baby jobs, but there are loads of baby jobs around your house that you can delegate. They're jobs that take time away from your own personal time that a little child or a young child or a teenager would enjoy doing, feel important doing, and actually does contribute to the upkeep of the house. It is your job as the home executive to train your children to do these things for their benefit so that when they're grown, they'll know how to do it. So we start with the baby jobs. Little baby jobs are jobs that don't take very long, 10 minutes or less. You have to consider 3 things. 3 things. Can your child physically do the job? Are they physically strong enough and tall enough? Does your child have the mental aptitude to do this job? Does it require a level of thought that they haven't reached yet, or can they do that? And the third is, are they emotionally ready to do this job? Each child is different. There's an emotional aging that happens, and sometimes they're just not mature enough to do the job or finish the job or stay with the job. That's why, especially when they're young, you give them little tiny jobs, 10 minutes or less. So let's say that you gave your child, your son, he's 7, the job of emptying the trash bins in your home. You have to make it easy for you, and you have to make it easy for him. So number 1, he doesn't empty your trash bin in your bathroom. You get that one. Number 2, under the garbage bag that is in the trash bin, there is another one waiting for next week, maybe 3 or 4, so that when your son pulls out the garbage can liner, and you teach him how to tie it first, and then pull it out, or pull the string and pull it out, then he puts that on the floor, picks one up, shakes it out, puts it back in the can, puts it back in the corner. He has effectively emptied a trash bin. There's usually one in their bathroom, maybe one in the office, maybe one in the living room. I don't know where you have them. I would suggest you have them in each of your children's rooms. And so the person who's in charge will be doing the trash bins. Okay, that's not diapers. It's not dirty diapers. It's not things like that. It's just where little things are thrown, little trash bins. Okay, so that's a job for a little child. Doing the glass. Okay, let's say your child is 3. Well, a 3-year-old can't reach most of the glass in your house. So that wouldn't be a job for a 3-year-old, but it could be a job for a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, that they can reach behind the sink and clean the little spots off the glass with a microfiber rag that's just a little bit damp. And they could reach, if there are spots on other mirrors, little mirrors, like maybe you have a glass mirror for your medicine cabinet and there are fingerprints on that, he could wipe that. Maybe the dog mashes her nose on the doorway glass, so maybe that needs to be done. Or the cat walks across your little glass table, so that needs to be done. These are baby jobs. And then the last one is dusting. Dusting is not a baby job if you don't have the right tools. So if you have a FlyLady feather duster, you can totally have a young child dust, as long as they're tall enough to reach with the feather duster down. They have to be able to reach down. So a 4-year-old wouldn't be able to reach down on your dresser. A 4-year-old would be able to reach down to the coffee table. So maybe the 4-year-old can do some of your dusting and you can do the rest. Having the child do an imperfect job is part of training, and that's part of baby jobs. Other jobs that children can do are the after dinner routine, where someone wipes the table, someone sweeps the floor, someone wipes the counters, everyone puts their dish in the dishwasher or in the dish water, and someone washes those dishes. A child can do those jobs if you know what you're assigning. So you don't want your child who's 6 years old to wash steak knives. Not a good idea. Or glasses, slippery and breakable. Not a good idea. But if you have a 6-year-old and you have dishes that aren't going to break, and plastic cups perhaps, and some forks, yeah, they can totally wash that and feel really good about themselves and be learning a skill. Sweeping does not have to be perfect, it just needs to be done, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're going to go in right before bed and you're going to make one last round in the kitchen. And if you see something that was terribly missed, you can get that. But in general, it's going to look okay because you're doing it every single day, and you can switch out with the children the jobs for yourself, so that maybe once a week you do the sweeping so you get it more thoroughly, okay? So that's what baby jobs is about. You have to come up with what those jobs are. The number one thing I would say that all children can do is make their bed. If they're big enough to reach the bed, the top of the bed, they can spread their blanket. So a 5-year-old can make their bed. It won't look like when you and I make a bed, but it'll look like a 5-year-old made it, and that's perfectly okay. The line that I always say is, unless the real estate broker agent is coming to your house to show it, then it doesn't need to be made beautifully. You need to give your child credit for making the bed at that stage. They're going to get more and more adept at it as their fine motor skills increase and their physical body strength increases. Okay, so that's it for today. I want you to think about what you can delegate. You have to inspect what you expect. And I'm not just talking about little kids, I'm talking about 15-year-olds and 18-year-olds. You still have to inspect what you expect. And if you think about it, a 12-year-old is generally as strong as you are as far as housekeeping goes. A 12-year-old can vacuum with the big vacuum, the beater bar, deep clean. A 12-year-old can do everything that you do. A 9-year-old can do their own laundry. Don't underestimate what your children can do. Look and watch them. Watch them play. Look at how manually physically adept they are, and how strong they are, and what good balance they have. And listen to the things they say and how mature they are. And know that they can do some things. You just haven't been expecting it. So inspect what you expect, but expect. That's it for today. Have a wonderful day. And always remember to be beautiful, because you are beautiful.